Hi, welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube. Here to help you break through those fears and live an awesome life. It's super early here in Atlanta, and well, I was just writing down so many things I want to talk to you about. I go into that zone. Do you ever go in that zone where you're just really in touch with the collective consciousness? All of those ideas are out there. Remember, everybody else has access to that too. So never wait if you have an idea. If it needs to be shared, share it. Nobody owns ideas. All right. I want to talk today about, well, the one that I'm really excited about, I got to write this down because I just, sometimes I have so many things coming in. How things happen in free will. I think you're going to love this one. This is going to simplify something for you that I think so many people don't understand, why things are happening to them or what's happening in their life. So first of all, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. It's very early here in Atlanta, Georgia. And the reason I got up so early on a Sunday morning is because Mr. Coo, baby Coo, my little stray kitty, decided that he needed to be held and loved all night. And he had to have his head in my hand. I had to hold his head. I don't know what that was about, but I did it because, I'll probably fall asleep meditating today, but that's okay. So hold on, let me get my coffee so I can get a little bit of caffeine. It's not fully loaded, but I want to be wide awake for this because I got about 4 videos I'm going to shoot for you. Hold on. Oh, if you're a coffee drinker, you know what I mean. All right. This is going to be really fun. You're going to love this. I hope a light bulb goes off when we talk about this. I'm going to talk about why things happen in your life and how you can stop certain things from coming in your life that you don't want, and how you can invite things that you do want. And I just used the word. Did you know that you have 100% free will and that nothing can happen in your life without your permission or your invitation? And you're probably thinking that, no. Yes, 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 yes. If you have something in your life that you don't like, and I'm taking a totally different spin on manifesting right here. Because we know what manifesting is. It's happening all the time. But here's something I don't think people really think about. If you're inviting something in and it's coming and you don't want it, how do you stop that? The invitation comes in the form of worry, doubt, lack of faith, disempowerment. You think something outside of yourself is making things happen. That is an invitation for that thing to come into your life. All right, so I'll clarify this for you. When you're worried about lack of money or being alone or relationships or anything else that's going on in your life, fear is opening up the door to exactly what you're focused on. Fear. So when people say that like dark entities or negative things happen to them or they're attracting certain people, I'm thinking, you're doing it. You're doing all of it. You're either, okay, who was it? One of you told me the other day that, you're on an awakened path, but you're attracting these people that are trying to talk logic to you. That's really just their perception of how the world works. Your perception is yours, and they think that theirs is right. And so they have the ego talking, thinking that theirs is right. And so they call it logic to make it, more powerful than what you think. We know that that's not true. There's no such thing as logic. All right. That person is showing up, or those people, for some reason, they're all showing up, is because you are actually questioning yourself. So you invite it, you're inviting that in, you're actually connecting to it. Now you may not think that you are, so if you're connecting to certain things and things are happening, let's reverse engineer it and say, whoa, okay, why is that happening? I'm inviting it. Look at yourself. See, we're looking out here. Why is that showing up? And we're not looking here and going, wait a second. What am I doing here that opened the invitation to that? Because free will is 100% in play. 100%. So you'll say, well, I didn't choose my parents. Yes, that's the free will, was you chose the parents, the situations. Those are things that we don't recall or really understand. No, it is just so. And that there's a reason for all of that, and a reason for those relationships and those situations and those challenges you've gone through. There was a reason for it in advance. There's no advance, but you know what I mean. I'm going to talk human timeline terms. In advance, that you agreed to, along with other souls, other energies, to play out certain challenges and things that you need to break through to raise your frequency. So some of you took on some big challenges, some abusive situations, having to have to say, okay, can I forgive in this lifetime? That's going to be huge. Can I forgive somebody that's done something horrendous? Because now you understand that they are not different to you. It's not like they're the bad guys and you're Mr. or Miss Cool. You're on equal playing ground with the person who does the most horrendous things. They're just making different choices. You are all wanting to be happy. You are all perfect light beings, experiencing things here in order to have that, let's say, challenge to elevate the frequency of the planet, of each other, of this situation. We're trying to rectify something that went a little bit awry. We took it way too deep. And now we, as part of the experience of the one, says, okay, we're going to level this playing field here. Who wants to go down and get this planet back to where it's supposed to be and back into the fourth and fifth dimension and increasing? Because it's beautiful and it deserves to be saved. Now, it may not be. We have that choice too. But I think we all know what's going to happen. I'm already going into it. You are too. And it may not seem like it. If you're watching the news, then you're creating something else. See, you're always creating. You have free will. What are you choosing? Well, Landria, you need to know what's going on out there. What is going on out there? What you think's going on out there? I know what's going on out there. People are awakening. People are doing phenomenal, awesome things. You're not going to see that on the 6 o'clock news. Is there a 6 o'clock news? See, I don't even know. I don't watch this stuff anymore. So let's talk about that invitation. Let's talk about everything you're doing. This could be such a quick fix for you. And I don't mean it in like a, oh, quick fix, this is a trick. And there are no tricks. Everything just already is in place. If you're not using it, then you're just not really connecting to what you are. Got to take another sip. All right, so let's take, I usually take money because a lot of you really struggle with that. Why do we struggle so much with money? First of all, the planet really functions on the most freaking warped system, really warped system. And that is exchange with this currency that has been corrupted through power and control. All right, we know that. Putting people in situations where they're relying on this currency, not their skills. There are people out there with beautiful skills, but if you didn't go to college, or you didn't do this, or you're not with the, they get put in these categories, and then they're struggling with maybe some really great skills, making a little bit of money because it's not valued. It's just this really messed up system, but we're working with that now. So we just have to say, okay, I'm working with that now. How do I work with what we have? Instead of bitching about it, if you complain about it, you're not solving a problem, remember? So what's your focus? What's your invitation? So let's say, I know some of you out there, and thank goodness it's just a very few. By the way, a couple of you I actually blocked because the stuff coming over was just silly and negative. It was more negative for you. It doesn't affect me. It's just, I just don't see any progress, and I think it's not doing you any good, so I blocked it. I don't want to respond to certain things and help fuel your negative fire, because I don't want, I'm not here to debate anybody. But there are a couple of you out there who think that everybody else owes you, that somebody should give you a check, that you should receive everything for free. Of course, you want to work for pay. You want to be paid for your services. But other people are just supposed to, not worry about, putting food on their tables. And they're supposed to do everything for you for free. They have nothing better to do. That is the everybody owes me attitude. I can't do it myself. And that somebody else has power. And that the world functions in a take way. You're never going to be abundant with that attitude. Your focus and your invitation is a negative one. What are you inviting? You're inviting all of the negative energies that don't function on a level of abundance. You're focused on lack. You're focused on taking. So other people are going to take from you, because that's how you think it works. You want. So it's reflecting what you're thinking. That's your invitation. You are not inviting in value-driven receiving. You're not thinking of, I need to give. I want to give. I don't just need it to get something. I want to give. I want to give freely and do beautiful things. I want to contribute to this world. And in return, of course, you will receive. You want abundance too. It's okay to want abundance. It's okay to work toward abundance. Eventually, at some point, it's not going to be an issue with you, because you're going to have abundance so much that your focus is going to be, well, I don't have to worry about paying my bills anymore. I need to focus on what I can contribute in this world. I think my sun's starting to just now come up. I think it's reflecting off that back mirror. All right, so I don't care. I'm going to keep going here. All right, so how do you understand this? You're inviting. You're giving permission, and you're connecting to that energy. So, what's going on in your life right now? What do you lack? You're inviting it. You're giving permission. You're giving free will. 100%. That is the law of this planet. Is free will. Nothing can be given to you or received or happen to you without your invitation. So a lot of you will say, well, I didn't invite that car accident or that whatever. Well, yes, you did. Because somewhere you wanted something to happen or be in your life, and the universe created a situation, brought into reality a situation, you're actually doing it, brought in a situation that allowed you to get a lesson, that made you lose a job, that changed your situation up so that you would go in the direction of the thing that you want. But so many of you reject that. You're like, it's not working. I want all these things. It's not working. It's exactly working. It's all working. You're just expecting it to happen the way you want. You don't think you're inviting certain things. So a couple things. If you are totally inviting in abundance, you're not questioning it, you're not worrying about it, you're not thinking lack, because that's an invitation for lack, worry, fear. That's the invite. You're opening that door. You're allowing that in. When you connect to that, that's the invitation. If you're not doing all those things and you're totally confident about your abundance or whatever, and something happens that appears negative, know that the universe heard your message. It's making shifts toward all of the things that you know already exist. The abundance. Listen, I quit my job. Okay, a lot of you probably don't, know this. because I used to tell this story a lot, but I don't tell it so much. I was in investment banking for 25 years. I owned my own business. I was doing very well, and then struggled greatly through certain time periods too, always having to chase clients and having to, go after them for my fees. There's so much corruption in the finance world. It just didn't suit me. And I've been meditating for many, many years, and it was no longer congruent with where I was in my spiritual involvement. And I knew this, and I knew I had to make a change. That's just why you guys see this internet training come out. I wanted to create a life that I controlled. And I thought, if I'm going to put all this work and stress into something that's, traditional and crazy, I would rather put it into something that is really unknown at this point, that, well, people say it's unknown, but it's really the way of the world. And learn something, get up with technology, and control my income and my life, how I spend my day. So I learned something completely new. And I quit investment banking. After 25 years, I had to make that shift. And everything lined up for me to do that. When I made that decision, everything lined up for me to do that. And I want to share something that I've shared in other videos. I had a spontaneous healing right when that happened. I had severe pain in my foot, and I had that for many years. And I finally realized, I just gave up and said, I'm going to have to go get an operation. It's getting worse and worse. Every morning I would put my foot on the floor, that one toe would hurt so badly. I'd go running on it and everything. But it was getting bad. When I quit my job, I had a spontaneous healing, and that toe healed during the night. I actually remember it happening. And I've had zero pain since. Why? It was a physical indication that I was going in the wrong direction. And as soon as I went in the right direction, I had my spontaneous healing. I'm telling you, people, absolutely everything works together. Your physical stuff going on is all messages to your body about what's going on, what's wrong. Your back, you have instability, you need to correct the foundation of everything that you're doing. Your feet, your knees, your hips, you're going in the wrong direction. You need to move forward. You're not progressing everything is a sign, the universe working for you, working for and with you. Please tell me I turned this back on. Yeah, I did. All right, so the reason I'm going through all this is that 25-year career, I quit, but it just was not working, was a positive thing. So we're so afraid to go through these changes. We look at it as negative, losing jobs, losing relationships. If it's not working, the universe is finally going to give you what you want if you are inviting it in. Now, if you're continually focused on that negative person, abuse, if you're constantly thinking about the abuse you've had your whole life, you're opening up to abuse. You're inviting abuse. It is an invitation-only reality that you're creating. Free will requires nothing happens to you unless you invite it. Allow it. Including negative entities. You can stop those coming in too. If you're going to a dark place, you're inviting them in. Even if you say, go away, but then you're still going, oh, I'm afraid, I don't have power over these, evil is out there, and we're battling it, and it could win. It cannot win. It is not real. It's us creating it. We are light and love and perfection, and there are people out there just creating that conflict, and there are people who believe it and then fuel it, and then that's their reality, that this conspiracy, this is going on. Yeah, they're all playing roles, and if you want to open that door, you can participate in that reality and create it. I don't know about you. I have no intention of going there. I know it exists. I know it's a choice by some people. It's not my choice. It's not the world I live in. Mine is getting better. People are awakening, and I'm participating and contributing to that. And that's my invitation. What is your invitation? What is your free will? What's going on in your life that you want to change? then say, I have been inviting that in. It has been a focus of mine, or I believe that that is who I am or what I deserve. Whether it's lack or anything else in your life. Depression, you've lost hope that you have invited the negative, darker frequencies in because you don't believe that you are the perfect, unlimited light being. That's my next video. You don't believe it because you're not seeing the proof. But the proof comes when you believe it. You've heard that before. You'll see it when you believe it instead of you'll believe it when you see it. That's impossible. You can't believe it when you see it because something has to take place first to make it appear. So somebody somewhere is making something appear first. It just doesn't show up. It has to be given permission and manifested by somebody who absolutely believes in that. I absolutely know things, and I'll tell you what, no matter what anybody tells me or what happens, I know that that thing is going to show up, and it always does. Why? Because you're limitless. And I'm inviting those things because I believe it, I know I deserve it, I know I can manifest anything I want. And so if you do not believe that, you think you're powerless, then things are always going to happen around you that disempower you. Because the universe is giving you what you invited. It's not thinking. There's no punishment going on here. None. It doesn't exist. Why? Because you are just as valuable and perfect than any other entity or thing out there, or person. You are not somebody who needs to be punished or is below or not as evolved. You are as evolved as Christ. You're just not willing it. You're not inviting it. That is the core of who you are. Why? How do I know this? Because we're going to go back to that. That's ultimately we came from it. We're just out here experiencing stuff. We're going to go back to it. And right now this is this appearing to be false world. It in many ways is false, but it's real to us as we're experiencing it. Just experiencing being everything that we're not. And going back to everything that we are and getting back in touch with this. It got out of control here. So we have a mission to do, to accomplish. And it is you inviting exactly what your free will allows you to. And if you are not getting what you want, you got to sit down and focus on that and say, and by the way, you can't fake that. You can't say, oh, yes, I do believe in what I'm deep down you're going, what a load of crap. Landria can do it, but you can't do it. Got to examine it. Oh, Koo finally came home. He had to go to the bathroom at the crack of dawn. I house trained him. I've only had dogs, so I don't know what cats do. I don't want cat pooping in my house in some box. All right, I'm going to go let Koo in. Does this make sense? Focus, free will. What's happening that I am inviting? Oh my God, I'm doing that. I invited it. How? Yeah, I had thoughts of fear. I was worrying. I open door, worry. It's not happening. I'm going to lose my house. Open door. Yep. You can change this. So I hate even saying that stuff because I know people go, all right. Right now, you can change everything. Everything. I don't care what's happening right now. You can turn it around like that. Why doesn't it turn around like that? Because most people aren't able to switch their thinking and their mind, their beliefs like that. They're still hanging on to this. And as soon as something good happens, they, yes, I believe. And then the minute something happens that looks like it may not happen the way they want, they go, oh, I knew it, oh, and then they lose their faith. So you never had it in the first place. You have got to be rock solid in your belief. It is possible. Then watch my limitless video. I'm speaking the truth. If it's not true for you, then that will be the world you live. You have no limits, which means my world is limitless, and if you choose a world where you're limited, then that's what you will see in your reality. And when you finally give that up, you can have anything you want. We're going to talk about that. But you cannot receive anything that you're not inviting. It's impossible because free will exists and nothing can come in without your permission. What are you giving permission to? You know, just look around. Unhappiness, sadness, poverty, struggle, messed up relationships. You're not using all the stuff that's happened to you in the past to create something beautiful from it. And I'll do a video just focused on that too. What are you inviting? Close that door if you don't like it. And open a new one. And believe it and know it. It cannot come in without your permission. It is impossible. That is the law of this planet. Nobody overrides you. Nobody has more power than you. Things have happened that are just unexplainable. Whole armies have gone down against tiny little armies. How is that possible? It's happened over and over and over again. Everything's possible, that's why. They knew that they could conquer that other army or situation. They knew it. They never questioned it. And they put a plan in place and they executed and they moved forward knowing that they were not going to be touched. It takes a lot to get there. It's called faith. All right. Something to ponder. You can do this right now. What are you going to do with it? You're whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. You are a miracle worker. What are you inviting? What are you giving permission to today and every moment? You get to choose it. It's your life. You have free will. Namaste.